Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce, Ulhasnagar 4. Myself, Assistant Professor Komal Kamra. Today, we are going to discuss a topic, Training and Development, Module 1, coming under HR Specialization for Second Year Students, the subject Training and Development, Semester 4. Here we go, Training and Development. As you all can see, the picture, the image, it shows training plus development. Whenever we are getting training, it is enclosed with development, certain skills, improvisation, betterment. That's why training is always being enclosed with the term and or plus development, and it is aiming at surely development. Let us try to understand the definition of training. According to Edwin Filippo, we all are aware his contribution to general management and human resource management is noteworthy. He has defined the term training as the act of increasing the knowledge. It is an activity which increases the knowledge of the trainees with the help of trainers and skill. Many of the trainings consist of some practical training, maybe workshops, or practical demonstrations which develop skills amongst the employees, or we can say the trainees. We repeat, the act of increasing the knowledge and skill of an employee for doing a particular job. When companies appoint people, whether they are trained or not, skilled or not, experienced or not, they simply want them to adjust or adopt to the situations or the working conditions of that particular company. So they are being offered induction, training, mentoring and many more things. Let us try to know what exactly training offers. That means what are the benefits offered by training? What if training is being given? It always offers better career opportunities. One can opt or one can become specialist, or we can say general specialization in a particular area if he is being trained properly. So career opportunities become better and easier with training. Second is to motivate employees. Few employees may feel obstacles, or they may have a hitch in resuming the job because of the new work environment or work culture. So when they are given training, they generate confidence and they are self-motivated to work. Next is face challenges. Whatever challenges a person faces while working, all those challenges becomes easy to face after proper training. Industrial safety. If we talk on the lines of industry or the foundries where the work is heavy, places are dirty and the work is unsafe, proper training helps those all kinds of work and makes that industry safe, a safe place to work. Up to date with newest technology. Most of the companies, they keep on giving training to their employees because technologies keep on changing with time. So newest technology is being introduced and training is being offered so that employees can make the best use of latest technologies. Boosts employee morale. When we are talking on the lines of morale, it is directly related with motivation and safety and better career opportunities, or we can say a happy state of mind of the employees. They are satisfied, they feel confident and their morale raises. They motivate themselves and work for the better place. Now let us try to understand what exactly the training needs assessment means. Before moving on the lines of training, every company, every department has to undergo the simplest concept called training needs assessment. Which department requires training? What kind of training a group of persons are requiring? What will be the benefit after that particular training? Who is going to give training? Whom the trainer is going to give training? Every question is being replied under the concept called training needs assessment, in which we are assessing what the needs for the training. Let us try to understand. We can find out where the training is needed. We can assess the training needs with the help of going through the mission. What is the mission of the organization? Are we moving on the lines of achievement of those mission, or are we on the track of mission? Next is directives, the instructions, the rules, regulations. Are we following those? That means a comparison is being made, what we are supposed to do, what we are doing. If any gap is observed in between, the training is needed. We are defining the roles and responsibilities of people to enable people, employees, to perform their roles and responsibilities in the best possible way. They are given training. Another is oversight, recommendations and observations. Many a times, many employees, they keep on giving recommendations, or they observe that if they are trained, they can work in a better way. Another is user feedback. The one who is using a particular place or a particular machinery or equipment, his feedback also gives us an indication whether training is needed or not. And all these training needs assessment generates one simple thing, that is awareness and training program plan. If these assessment factors are observed, then it is being decided by the HR whether there should be any training program, there should be any plan for training or not. Now, for a better training, we need to follow a simple process, because every management function has a process. To get the best results out of training, we have to follow a process beginning with needs assessment. We are assessing the needs for the training, needs for the training for a particular department or group of people, or for a particular work, or in case of any changes or upgradation in technology, or to make the work safer and easier. Training needs assessment. Then after knowing the needs, after assessment of the needs for training, we are moving on the lines of setting objectives. Objectives means whatever needs we sorted, we classified in the first step. On the basis of those objectives are being set, that is the purpose of the training. Then the HR designs the training program. That means the complete program, project, timetable, the trainer, the place, venue, topics, everything. Complete designing of the training program. After the designing or planning of the training program, it has to be implemented, otherwise it will be like a waste paper. Implementation is being done. People, those who are going to give training, that is trainers, are being communicated, they are being called, and the training plan is being executed, that is implementation. After implementation, feedback is being received, or feedback is being sought from the trainees to know, to evaluate how much they were aware of and how much they have been made aware after the training or during the training process. So evaluation is very much important, because training costs a lot. It never comes free of cost. It costs time, it costs expertise, it costs money, it costs most of the resources. So evaluation is the last and a very important step coming under the training process. Now let us try to relate the training along with the development. Training and development has got certain objectives. Both go hand in hand. By the end of the presentation, one should be able to. After training, our objective is to define and differentiate education, training and development. Everybody must be in a capacity to differentiate how they were educated, what kind of training was given to them, what levels of development they achieved. Then understand why organizations train. This is also very important. It comes under the training needs assessment. What are the results? What are the benefits? Why do organizations plan and go for training? Then is to understand the link between learning theories and training. This is also one of very important aspects or features coming under training and development, that we are linking two things, that is learning theories and giving them training. Now, what is training need assessment? Let us try to understand in a better way. A training need can be defined as a gap between the actual performance and the desired performance. Another thing says training needs assessment is a procedure of identifying a gap in employees' training and related training needs. What employee has been trained and what are the leftover, the balance or more training needs, it is to be assessed. Now let us try to understand how differently the training process can move on, or how we can move on further for implementing the training program. First is we have to identify organization's objectives, then we have to identify the skills needed to meet the objectives. That means what type of, what nature of skills do we need to complete those objectives. Then we are supposed to evaluate the existing skills present in the team or the people who are supposed to be trained at different levels. Then identify the courses or training methods available to meet those gaps in those skills, and ultimately develop training program to meet the skill levels. That means to enhance the skill levels. Most important area coming under this training needs or training implementation is training methods. There may be varied methods for the purpose of training. First category is on the job method, another is off the job. Let us try and understand how people can be trained on the job while they are working. Job rotation, rotate them from one table to another, one task to another, one machine to another, one process to another, so that they become expert or they get the basic knowledge of each and every different type of diversified activities or processes. Second is coaching. Call them, give them proper coaching. That coaching can be prior to resuming the work, that coaching can be regularly, that coaching can be for few days, or it can be a planned coaching for certain number of lectures or certain number of steps. Another is job instructions. It has been observed that in most of the factories, when there are diversified production, the workers are being given instructions every time whenever there are certain or little changes in the plan of production. So job instructions means giving instructions while the person is doing the job. That means it goes simultaneously. The person is working and getting instructions in the form of training. Another step-by-step training. Step-by-step means once an employee performs or finishes off one step, he is being put to another step with the help of training. After that, committee assign merit. Many a times it has been observed that committees, they assign merit or we can say ranking on various levels. The one who does this will get this. The one who does this, that means a sort of motivation. Another is off the job. When a person is not on the job, visual training, that is proper training through workshops and all, role playing, that is mock environment, creating mock work environment. Another lecture method, that is off the job. They may be prior to resuming the job, they may be given certain lectures, conferences or various program instructions which are done not on the job but off the job, either prior to job or not during the working hours. There are 14 types of employee training. Let us try to know. New employee orientation. When the employee enters for the first time in the company, he is a new entrant, so he is being treated as a trainee and he is being given orientation, induction, so that he becomes well versed with the corporate culture or organization's rules, regulations, do's and don'ts, everything. Second is team training. When a particular task is assigned to a team or a group of people, they are given training in teams. Senior executive training. This particular training is related to senior executives, those who are supposed to be promoted or those who are being assigned with additional tasks than their routine tasks. Technical skills training. When people, employee or group of employees, they are to be made technically skilled and expert, they are given specific technical skill training. Product training. The training related to a particular product. Everything A to Z about the product. In quality assurance training, the training related to quality improvement, maintenance and assurance is given. It mostly happens in the quality department. Safety training, it is a training, type of training which is offered in case where industrial safety is to be taken the utmost care, where there are chances or the industry or the workplace is prone to accidents. In that case, safety training is given, which is must, along with the safety measures offered to employees. Another is employee onboarding. When employee onboards, that is enters or becomes a part of organization, while working on every board, on every piece of work, on every process, he is being given guidance. Leadership training, the training to lead a particular group or a team. Diversity, equity and inclusion training, diversity to work with workforce diversity, because our Indian example is the best example. We get the diverse workforce here belonging to different religions, regions, languages, cultures, habits and many more things. Equity, treatment of equity, that is one of the very important motto carried by companies following CSR, that is corporate social responsibility, giving equal treatment to everybody. Inclusion training, how to include everybody as a part and parcel of the company. Soft skills development, presentation skills, behavior skills, etiquettes, mannerism, basic things, how to communicate, each and everything comes under soft skills development. Sales training, how to make or how to enhance sales. Marketing skills and other sales training is being given for the marketing people. Compliance training, how to fulfill all the rules, regulations, how to comply with the articles of the company or rules imposed by government or the internal management. Online training, it's one of a very much going on latest type of training. By sitting at home or sitting anywhere, we can attend any kind of training which is being aired online, that is e-training. Now how to design a training program, that is training program design. Again, we have to follow these 11 steps: needs assessment, learning objectives, learning style, delivery mode, what will be the learning objective, what will be the learning style, how the training will be there. Delivery mode, that means the person who is giving training, how he will deliver the lectures or the sessions. Budget, that is how much the particular training program is costing. Delivery style, again audience, then content development, what will be the content, what exactly we want to convey to our employees, this is being decided. Another is timelines, that is time frame in which the employees are to be trained. Communication and the marketing measuring effectiveness, that is checking whether the training program was successful or not. Now the last area of this module we will be covering is stages of a successful training program. If we really want to achieve high targets based on the objective of training for the purpose of developing skills, expertise, specialization among employees, we have to take care of these stages. First stage is assessment stage. If we are doing well, properly, perfectly at assessment stage, that is assessment need, that is assessing the need of training and assessing the awareness, creating awareness about the need that training is needed. Second is motivate. We are supposed to motivate people, those who are part and parcel of training, giving and receiving, that is the trainers and the training. Motivate both the parties. Designing the proper or the perfect method or technique which can solve our purpose of attainment of development. Next is deliver, that is offering the training program or follow-up of the training program in a better possible way. Evaluate means check what was thought of, what has been delivered in training program and what is the result, that is called as evaluation. Appraisal, measurement and the ultimately we are supposed to repeat if the process goes successful, because we are talking on the lines of stages of a successful training program or process. So we will be repeating if we already have set an example of the best training process. Here I wind up my presentation. Thank you for patient listening.